A sattvic mind is required in order to produce joy. What is a rajasic and tamasic mind? Which is very dense. All sorts of erratic thoughts, all sorts of emotions. You know, your pranic energy, psychic energy is invested in your emotions. They are high energy thoughts, your emotions, with a lot of feeling. So they consume a lot of energy. Now, if our emotions are not clean and pure, not devoted to high ideals, then they will simply remove a lot of your psychic energy. They are like whirlpools in your subconscious. It draws away a lot of energy. So this creates a feeling of frustration, depression, a feeling of not liking, not wanting to be in that particular mind. Anekera eta bole na baba, I just want to get out of this mind. This is the reason for this is because the mind has not lifted itself. That's why the human birth is meant to lift your psychic energies to a particular level. It are basic to understanding human experience, the reaches of human experience. If you can do this consciously, Shaijanya, a little discipline in personal life, sadhana, practice, this will naturally lift psychic energy to a particular level. Once the psychic energy remains in the heart and the mind becomes sattvic and clear, happiness will flood into that mind. Aar kichu darkari nahi. You don't require objects to keep you happy. Otherwise, no amount of collection of objects can keep you happy. Please see this. This is how you should understand the picture of the world also. Some of the greatest number of suicides are taking place in very affluent countries, within very affluent families. Sab kichu ache kintu bhalo lagche na. Why? The mind is cluttered with unnecessary things, with objects. The total understanding of human personality, how it functions, human happiness is wrong. So Yoga Vedanta have an enormous contribution to make in understanding our own psyche, in understanding the different levels of happiness available to us, and in understanding the fulfillment that human life can bring if it is raised to a particular level. Amader culture, all this has naturally come to us through the lives of these great saints. Apni Thakurer Jivani dekhun, Mar Jivani dekhun. Mar Jivane etto simple. Mother's life is so simple. See, her life in Nahabat. Let us analyze a bit. Somebody once visited us, in Sharda Math, and they were actually no idea of the mental state of mother. So they were telling how hard she worked, all the day slogging, and Thakur was in ecstasy, but mother was slogging all the day. But you know what? Mother's own expression was, "Ma ki bole chen, oi avastha hai." Jano, a picture of bliss is placed in my heart. This was her experience of that time. If you actually see mother's life at that time, when she was living in Nahabat, it was one of bliss, sheer bliss. Because bliss does not lie in objects. She lived a life, it apparently appeared to be a life of complete service, but within deep satisfaction, the greatest fulfillment she experienced. She was in samadhi often. When early morning she would get up at 3 o'clock and sit on the roof of the Nahabat and meditate there. Many times she went into the state of samadhi. Once somebody dropped a brass plate in front of her, and the sound pierced into mother's heart because she was in such a concentrated state, and she cried out. That shows where the mind was. And mother used to say, that was a period when my heart was full of bliss. So see for yourself where bliss lies, where happiness lies, and where are we thinking it lies. Their lives are the living demonstration of what Vedas and Vedanta are trying to teach us. If you want to understand the science of happiness, if you want the practical demonstration of it, read Thakur's life and the books connected, like Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Constantly you see there all laugh. Constantly you see so much of joy there. A joy not based on objects.